So I'm already home and it's already September and just hadn't had a chance so far to make videos about my last week and a bit in Africa. Um, and so I it went actually different than I expected. So I was meant to go on my last uh, trip after the IAU meeting to the desert, to the Cairo, and go to an astro-tourism thing. But that got canceled because the science week got moved from August to October, I think. And so I had to find other things to do. So while I was in Cape Town, I met with Steve Sherman from Living Maths, and I had met him when I went to Christoph Meyer to and met the astronaut Cyan Proctor. He was with her, I guess, touring her around. And I got his contact details. I said, if you can connect me with any schools in Cape Town, that'd be great. And he did. So he showed me to a sort of Jewish day school preschool on the 14th, where I got to give the solar system lesson for, I think it was two preschool classes, so it must have been like 20 or 25 little kids who were on the normal level of little kids, mostly had unrelated things to ask and liked to say the word poop. So we got to do some of the solar system lesson, but it was very chaotic. I managed to get through all the planets, but then they had questions like, is Uranus made of poop? And obviously I was like, no. Why are you like this? And they had fun spinning and they were very crazy and I really enjoyed it. And so, like, a super big thanks to Steve again for connecting me with those guys. It was just before the morning sessions at the conference, so I could still go to the Women in Astronomy sessions for that day, and give my talk as well about the astronomers, about being a mother in astronomy and all of the nonsense that comes with it, as well as like ideas for how we can help. And that's actually all of the talks from the IAU General Assembly are online on YouTube. You can watch them if you want. I can link to my talk, but it's mostly as chaotic as these. Um, so the other sort of serendipitous thing that I picked up was because I did a talk at the on the Thursday, the 15th, about neurodivergent academics and how to support people and how basically to stop pathologizing and othering neurodivergence. I got an email like directly after my talk from someone who had been watching online from the local area, who said my wife works at a school for autistic children, and she would love it if you would come and give your lessons at her school. And I was like, okay, I can do that. I like I like giving lessons, and I'm pretty sure I understand autistic children. The teacher woman, she was so lovely and so amazing, but the way she came to meet me that evening, she was like, "Are you sure you want to do this? Are you sure you can come and talk to these kids?" And I was like, I was really worried that like, while like it wouldn't make it less of a good thing to do, I was worried that they were like really I don't know what the word is, unable to sit through a lesson. Like if they were like running off and screaming or something. I thought, okay. But no, I got to the lesson on the morning of the 16th. Um, and it was for the 14 to 18-year-olds, so the bigger kids at the school. And they were just so cool. It was just like reminding me how, these are my people. I know these things. And it was a really chill lesson. The ones who seemed to have maybe slower audio processing or processing speed, they still came up with questions. Everybody had questions. One kid was full of conspiracy theories and like pseudoscience, and I tried to be gentle with him. He was just like, okay, but what about the aliens on Mars? I was like, I don't know about them. but maybe we'll find some aliens on Mars. And he passed me a paper at the end. It was full of his theories about the pyramid on Mars, and but also it wasn't just the crazy. It was also like he had also drawn the phases of the moon, which I told them about. I told them the phases of the moon. We stand here, we move here, and there were not a lot of girls because, as maybe people know, girls tend to not be diagnosed as autistic, or they tend to mask or adapt more to fit into school. And so they, I guess, are not usually noticed by these sort of specialized schools. Um, but the one girl who I had sort of connected with, she had loads of questions and she wanted to know specifics about everything. And there were two kids who kind of already knew everything, and so I let them, throw in their information every once in a while. But I also could tell that they were just nerd kids as well. So like my intro, I like to tell a little bit about myself. I say, yeah, I'm Veronica, I'm from America, and I've been here and here, and I like to do this science, and I'm obsessed with Lord of the Rings and Star Wars. And so obviously, I told them that the next day I would be going to Bloemfontein. And the one kid is like, did you know that Tolkien was born there? And I was like, maybe, yes, that's kind of the whole reason we were going. And he was like, yeah. And we were like, yeah. And we were just like celebrating together. Just nerddom and the freedom to be ourselves. And it was such a really good experience that I think I need to do something like that more often. In the Netherlands, there are also these divided out specialist schools where you're, I don't know, special needs kids, well, the autistic and ADHD kids are separated out into other schools have specialized teachers, which is good and bad. Um, but maybe I need to do more lessons at the special schools. To just get that vibe again of it doesn't work the way a normal school does, where everybody's like, good morning, Mrs. Veronica, and I'm like, yes, this is sort of very, very, very obedient, yes. um but more, you know not normal. um I did get one more lesson, but I'm going to make it into a separate video. So goodbye for now, and bye, see you.